Hey guys, how's it going? So I just wanted to do this video because I'm about to hit a huge landmark for me personally in one of the video games that I play. And I know you might be thinking, oh my gosh, video games, like that's not really that big of a deal. But I want to kind of describe to you how it is a big deal to me and why it means so much. So first of all, what I am trying to do is try to get to this legend rank, and only a certain amount of players out of now 70 million people, only like the top 0.5% get into the legend ranks. That's like out of 70 million, I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands that is, but I mean, it's really not that much compared to how many players there actually are. So, like getting into the legend rank, it's really hard. It takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort and it takes skill. It takes strategy. You have to know what your opponent's playing. You have to be able to think ahead turns, maybe 4 or 5 turns ahead, to figure out exactly what play is going to be best at the current moment and how that's going to affect the board state later on. And it's been a game that I've absolutely loved. The game that I'm talking about is Hearthstone. And I've just grown to love it so much. If you've read my About Me section, you'll know that, I grew up in a religious cult, and it was during my hardest times in this cult that I turned to Hearthstone. Actually, a couple of friends introduced it to me, and I was like so confused with the game at first. I didn't even know what all the numbers meant. I didn't know why the things on the board were flashing green. Like, it was really confusing to me, but I gave it a shot. I created an account, and I think my first hero was Shaman because I liked he had a hood on. So I was like, I'll take the Shaman. And so I did terribly, but I kept playing, and eventually I moved into Priest. That became my new favorite class, and now I hate Priest. I see it all the time, and I'm like, I don't like Priest. I think my favorite is Warlock right now, which is actually what I'm using to ladder in Hearthstone right now. And I know, like, for some people who are seeing this video that don't know what Hearthstone is, don't know what video games, like, or, well, you know what video games are, but you may not, like, be well versed in the realm of video games. Just to let you know, just like what this is to me, when I was growing up in the cult, like, they always taught me that I'm nothing special, that I'm ordinary, that I can't do, great things, that I'm just an ordinary person, and that I'm gonna be no more than a lowly servant. I believed it until I broke free and I was thrown out of the cult, and I stayed out after I found out the truth about the cult. Thankfully, my mom intervened, my parents intervened, and they were able to share some truths with me, and that freed me from it. And it was the greatest day of my life, honestly, was when I broke free from that place. And the freedom that I felt, just like literally like chains just falling off, and like I could actually like be free to do, to dream, to achieve, to think of things and go places. And it just meant so much to me. And so, I've been pursuing this dream of being able to stream full time on Twitch. And I've had my obstacles. I mean, I know I haven't had a steady stream schedule. I did at one point, but then, some life events happened, and, I ended up losing my job, at one point, and I didn't want this to get like real personal, but I thought I would share that, just to kind of let you all know the obstacles that I'm facing in my life, currently and stuff. And, when I play this game and I try to achieve these ranks that are, only the elite in the game achieve, like, for me, it means a whole lot. For some people, they get to legend and they get there no problem. They do it every season and they're pros at it. I'm not a pro. Like, I literally started from scratch with this game. I didn't have a clue. I didn't have a background in card games. I had a background in console games and like one computer game, and that was it. Like, I didn't know anything about Magic the Gathering. I didn't know anything about any other card games. So like coming into this card game called Hearthstone, I was like, wow, like I can't believe I'm actually achieving these things, and like in actually getting to meet really cool people too. Like, I've gone to a couple of fireside gatherings.
Nobody can say anything bad about him. He gets shitstormed so hard. Dude, I really enjoyed this.
And at one point, I got to meet the 2014 world champion Firebat, and I thought that was amazing because I was like, I watch this guy stream and stuff, and I've seen him in tournaments, and now all of a sudden, like, I'm standing right next to him. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, it means so much to me because of what I was taught, in that place of, basically imprisonment, to look at myself as nothing, to see myself as nothing, and now to see me going to achieve all these ranks, like, it actually means something to me. I know, like, to a lot of people it doesn't mean anything, but to me it has meaning because it shows me that no matter what anybody tells me, and this is the other cool part about it too, is so this season, one of the worst classes arguably that has been dubbed by pro players and different articles and stuff, different websites, they say is the Warlock class. It's the worst class you can ladder with. So if you want to get to Legend, you probably shouldn't play that class. Well, I'm at rank 1. Well, I fell a couple stars, so I'm rank 2, but I'm literally on the precipice of hitting Legend with this Warlock class. And, looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe, like, I'm actually doing this. Like, first of all, I'm like one of the only ones that I've ever seen. I've seen 2 or 3, literally 2 or 3 Warlocks other than myself on the ladder. And of course I'm on the NA server, so I can't speak towards EU or Asia or any of that. But I can speak to, what I have seen, and it's rare. And people are saying that it is rare to see the Warlock class out there. And what I like about it, though, is that I took a deck that I didn't get any advice or input from. I just went to the collection and I looked at the deck and I looked at all the cards and I put together this deck, and I was like, maybe this would be really good. I thought about ways to counter, and, the big thing was Murloc Paladin, and Paladin was the huge thing. And I was like, well, what counters Murloc Paladin? And I was like, well, Warlock can get on the board faster than Paladin, so what if Warlock is a thing? So I created this deck, and here I am, almost at Legend with this crazy Murloc Warlock deck, and I'm really hoping that it'll get me to Legend, so I can be able to post it on Instagram, post it on Twitter, and tell people, post it on websites, and tell people, like, hey, Warlock's not dead. You can make it. Like, I've never been at, like, the forefront of something like that. I've never, like, had that kind of achievement, and to me it just means so much from where I came from, to look at, just how far I've come in life. And I guess that's the cool thing about it, is just like, no matter what anybody says, no matter what the circumstances say, no matter what the difficulties or the obstacles in your life are, no matter what it is, you can overcome it. You can achieve your dreams. You can achieve your goals. And I think that's what I'm finding out. And I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to put this on my video journal or I'm going to put this on my gaming channel. I might do both, actually, because it kind of hits both worlds. It hits the gaming world, but it hits my personal life too. And I just think it's really cool to be able to achieve something like this, to be able to say, hey, look, like, I've done something that like hardly anybody else has done, and I've proven that it can be done. And if I can do it, think about like what pros could do with it. They could probably go even better. And so it's just cool. And I hope, the whole point of this video is, one, because I'm proud of where I've come from, and I was taught not to be proud. I was taught to be lowly and think very low of myself and not have any self-esteem whatsoever. And they crushed that out of me. They crushed all self-esteem out of me to where I didn't have self-esteem. And it's cool to be able to be proud of my achievements and like be able to look at the works of my hands and say, wow, I did this. Like, I deserve credit. Like, it's cool. Like, I used to never like getting credit. I used to always push credit away. Like, no, don't give me credit. And I know the cult now would be looking at this video and saying, oh, look at him. He's so arrogant. He's so proud. Yeah, I am proud. I'm proud that like I'm making really good achievements. Like it means a lot to me. And I hope everybody out there in the world, is proud of themselves and proud of their achievements, and can be able to boast in the things that they accomplish, because that's one of the beautiful things about life is we get to create not only things and products and stuff, materials with our hands, but we can create achievements and we can create memories. And to me, that last one really hits home hard, is we can create memories. And it's just so captivating to me to just sit and think about all the memories that I've had of great times, great accomplishments that I've had that I didn't take credit for, but now I can look back on and take credit for that. And now the present ones that I'm creating that I can take credit for and look at that. And so I guess I'm just saying all this to say is like, don't be scared to, take credit. Don't be scared to be proud of your achievements. And like, no matter what anybody says, some people will just say, it's just a video game. That's nothing, blah, blah, blah. No, be proud of what you've accomplished. And I guess that's really all I have to say, but we'll see how this legend climb goes. Hopefully I'll get there. If I do, maybe I'll post another video with how I did certain moves and stuff. I'll try to put together a video showing all that, and for anybody that's interested. But yeah, if you like the video, please comment, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitch, you can follow me on Twitter, whatever you want to do. But I appreciate it so much, and see you guys later. Peace.